Okay, quite straightforward simultaneous equations here. We want to put the two together. Normally we substitute one into the other, but we can see that the y values will be the same. So in other words, I can just write that 2x squared is equal to 3x plus 14, which straight away gives me the quadratic equation 2x squared minus 3x minus 14 is equal to 0. Now, I can factorize that, the left-hand side, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to use what I call the crisscross method. You can also just use trial and error. Essentially, crisscross is just trial and error. We look at the 2 first, two numbers that multiply to make 2. Well, that's 2 and 1. Secondly, we look at the minus 14. So I want two numbers that multiply together to make minus 14. I'm just going to randomly choose minus 7 and 2. Minus 7 times 2 is minus 14. And then we multiply crisscross fashion. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times minus 7 is minus 7. And if we add those two together, well, actually, I've got there first time. 4 add minus 7 is minus 3. If you end up with this middle term, minus 3, then actually we're nearly there. The top two numbers here give us the numbers in the first bracket. So my first bracket is 2x minus 7. And these two numbers give me my second bracket, which is going to be 1x, in other words, x plus 2. And that's going to equal 0. You could have just done that by trial and error. Okay, so I now know that either this bracket has to equal 0 or this bracket has to equal 0, because it's the only way that if two things multiply together and the answer is 0 is either if this is 0 or this is 0. So let's start with 2x minus 7 is equal to 0, which means that 2x must be 7, so x must be 7 over 2. So that's one of my x values. Or x plus 2 could equal 0, in which case x is minus 2. Now don't forget, for simultaneous equations, we've got to find the y value as well. So I'm going to use the linear second equation here in each of these cases. So when x is 7 over 2, y is going to be 3 times 7 over 2 plus 14. Well, that's 21 over 2 plus 14. And if I simplify that, well, 21 over 2 is actually just 10.5, and 10.5 plus 14 is 24.5. Remember, 7 over 2 I could also have written as 3.5. Here, if x is minus 2, then y is going to be, so what was it, 3 lots of minus 2 add 14, because it's 3x minus 14, 3x plus 14 rather, so that's minus 6 add 14, so y is equal to 8. Make sure when you give your final answers that you give them in pairs that go together. So when x is 3.5, y is 24.5, so that's one pair. And then the other pair of solutions is when x is minus 2, y is 8. So that's the other pair. Make sure they're paired up properly.